Once in a blue moon, a key on your Lumatone may stop behaving as expected. Well, luckily, there is a fix for that. Today, we will be having a calibration celebration. Hey all, Dave again here for Lumatone. Now, for most of you Lumatonians, you might not even need this video. But given just how much the Lumatone can do, every once in a while you might have to help it get back to running at peak performance. Thankfully, Lumatone has built in the ability to fix almost any issue with key response that might arise. This could be anything from a slightly uneven velocity response, or maybe a note stops triggering at an unexpected spot. In other rare cases, you might be feeling a delayed response in the Aftertouch, or maybe your pitch and mod wheel aren't responding as should. This can happen with all gear due to climate or travel, or in the case of the Lumatone, maybe you just squeezed it a little too hard when you were giving it its daily hug. But with the Lumatone, we've got this handy tool that in almost all cases will set things straight again within minutes. It's a calibration feature built right into the software editor. Now, to be honest with you, I haven't had to do this. All my keys have felt really good right out of the box, and I haven't had any issues. But today I will run through the process for you, and we will see how it's done. Let's go ahead and open up that software editor. So we went over how to find your way around this software editor in the last video, so be sure to check that out. Okay, so we have the option to calibrate all 280 keys, their Aftertouch ability, as well as their pitch and mod wheel. Before anything though, make sure your Lumatone is connected to your computer and is recognized by the software editor via this green indicator. Let's head over to the bottom right corner of the settings tab. Here we find the calibrate menu. Let's first calibrate our key response using the keys tab, where we have the option to start calibration. Once we've clicked that, you'll see every key on your Lumatone has switched to white, and the preset buttons along the top have switched to these red and green colors. Now, each pair of these preset buttons are transformed into cancel or confirm buttons that correspond to the 5 sections of your Lumatone, which equate to 56 keys a section, moving horizontally across the board. We have the option to either cancel the calibration of that section by clicking the red button, or save the new calibration by clicking the green. As you can see, choosing either option will switch the section of the keys back to the preset it had before. But we haven't done any calibrating yet, so let's get back in there. So you've engaged calibration and you got all these white keys. It's as simple as this. You're gonna softly press each key until you hit the bottom of the key travel. But don't stop when it turns green. Stop when you feel a nice, gentle resistance. Just a little tap. We can repeat this process across the board. Now, you can do this in sections and save that section, or if it's just one key that's giving you an issue, navigate to that key and just calibrate it individually. And save that by hitting the green macro button. If you don't calibrate keys that already felt good and they stay white, they will retain their original calibration once you save that section. But for this example, I'll do the whole board. And with that, all 280 keys have been calibrated. We'll go ahead and save each section by selecting the green side of each macro button. And watch as our previous mapping returns into view across the board. I also just really want to emphasize that you don't have to do the whole board. If you're just having one key with a weird velocity response or note triggering going on, you can simply just engage calibration, calibrate that one key, leave the others alone, confirm that section, and you can cancel or confirm out of the other untouched sections. Okay, and now to calibrate the Aftertouch. Now, if your Aftertouch is feeling good, you don't have to do this, but they do recommend for best results, if you've just recalibrated your keys, that you should recalibrate your Aftertouch too. So this is basically the exact same process, but before, where we were being as gentle as possible, we now really want to push as hard as we can until we feel the very bottom of the Aftertouch region. And just navigate to the Aftertouch tab of that Calibrate menu and smack that Start Calibration button. As before, we're back to white keys, but now once we've calibrated our keys Aftertouch, it'll turn blue instead of green. And we'll just repeat the same process across the board. Just remember this time to really dig into that Aftertouch pad, all the way to the bottom before releasing the key. All right, our keys and Aftertouch have been calibrated, and there's only one thing left to show you. Let's run through the same process for the pitch and mod wheel. You'll only need to do this if your wheels are sending incorrect data, which again, should be pretty rare. So over here in the pitch and mod wheels tab, we'll see 2 display meters representing our 2 wheels. Just give the Start Calibration a click. Starting with the mod wheel, move it all the way to its furthest point upwards, and then move it all the way to its lowest point. As you do this, you'll see the display meter being filled. Once that's done, move your pitch wheel to the very top, and then back down to its very bottom position, and finally release it so it returns to the center. Now both displays here in the software have been fully filled in, and we can click End Calibration. All right, and that's about all you need to know about calibrating your Lumatone. And while I think it's rare that you'll ever find yourself doing this, it is nice to know there's a feature built in that can solve most issues this easily. We've got more videos coming down the pike, so be sure to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.